So I've got Mike Levine on the phone. I never thought in a million years that I would be saying that Triumph is getting back together. It's been 30 years since they went out on tour as a band. I know there's been a couple of interesting things that have happened here and there and a couple of one-offs. But dude, thank you so much. I know you guys are incredibly busy right now as we are right here the day before general tickets go on sale. How you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good considering I've been under the gun for the last 3 days, talking my face off. But
Yeah.
overall, I'm feeling pretty good.
Well, again, I never thought this moment would happen, and I'm lucky enough, and I brag on the fact that I've seen Triumph live before. I was young, but I fell in love with you guys when I was in junior high and high school. I got to see you growing up in the Buffalo area. I got Buffalo radio and I got the Canadian radio stations. So I mean, there was a heavy dose of Triumph on the radio, and I know that area loves you. But we're here in Houston now, or I'm in Houston now, and we're talking to Texas. You wouldn't say this about other states. I'm sure Ohio and Pennsylvania, those states have been great to Triumph, but Texas is special for you guys, is it not?
Yeah, Texas was really, every band usually gets certainly a Canadian band gets a foothold somewhere in America to start. It started out. Pardon me. Got a little cough today. I know Rush, for example, Cleveland was like their whole kind of home base in America. And our home base turned out to be San Antonio, courtesy of a radio station there called Kiss FM.
Which is still going today. And then it kind of bled into all these other Texas cities, Dallas, Houston, and you're honoring all three of those cities that we just mentioned as you guys are coming, which I'm surprised. I did want to talk to you about this back to back to back. There's no nights off. Now, listen, we don't mind when these bands, when they get up in age a little bit, if they take some time off in between shows. This is a pretty aggressive schedule that you guys have put together for Triumph.
Sadly, you're absolutely right. It is aggressive. And if we would have paid more attention to it, it wouldn't have been routed that way.
But there's May 20th in Dallas, the 21st in San Antonio, and then you're here in Houston on the 22nd. So it's going to be a new look to the band Triumph. I mean, the power trio, you're adding some players to this. Phil X, if you're a real hardcore Triumph fan, you'll know he actually was in Triumph for a little bit. He's the current guitar player for Bon Jovi, replacing Richie Sambora. But Todd Kearns and Brent Fitz, you guys were so great at your instruments. You're not going to just put anybody in there. Tell me about choosing these guys to come out and fill out the lineup.
Well, it started with Phil, really. We were chatting. He still maintains a residence here in Toronto, but he lives in LA. But he was up here. We got together. He said, "Boys, it's the 50th anniversary of the band. We should do something." And because Phil just loves to play. He's crazy. He's out there. He's one of the greatest guys in the world. And we said, "What do you want to do?" He said, "Well, let's put the band together." And and me and Rik will front it, and it's like it'll be crazy. So that's an interesting idea, and that kind of fell off the table, and nothing much happened. Then we started to get traction during the National Hockey League playoffs. They used the company that owns all the sports stations up here and the Maple Leafs did a corporate commercial that ran during the playoffs all across Canada. They used "Lay It on the Line" as the
It was on all the time. I heard that it was it's like being in heavy rotation again.
Yeah, it was worse than heavy rotation.
But that's a good thing, though. I mean, it's so renewed interest. So there was something that just happened that you guys played in Edmonton. Now, you weren't a part of that, though. You were not on stage, correct?
Oh, yeah, this whole thing happened out of the blue, right? The whole
Yeah.
phenomenon. And then it came to the point they said, hey, Rogers Communications came to us and said, why don't you guys go play the outdoor bullpen? And it was like 3 days before the gig. It wasn't like 3 weeks before the gig, it was 3 days. So, everybody's on the phone. Phil, are you available? Can you come up and play? Blah, blah, blah. B, I couldn't go. It's like, even though you were in Buffalo, like I had a doctor's appointment that I was waiting 3 months for. And it was just a specialist, and I couldn't go. I could not give up that appointment, period. So we needed a bass player too. So Phil's got, I got the perfect guy. Todd Kurtz is amazing. He plays in Slash's band. And then Gil said, well, shit, I haven't played so long. I'm going to be a disaster. Let's get another drummer too. And so we got Fitzy, who also plays in Slash's band. So we got Bon Jovi's guitar player and two guys from Slash's band. Not slouch guys, right?
They're good. These guys are good.
Very.
And please mention that they're all Canadian too. I don't know if that was a prerequisite to be in Triumph, but all three of them are not only, wicked musicians, but they are Canadian.
And they are Canadians too. There's something about Canadians, and we turned out good musicians. They're great musicians. I think because of the weather.
I've always said that myself. Just playing in my goofy bands back in the day in Buffalo, I always felt the players in Canada were just a little bit better. But even the musicianship in Buffalo, if you have gray skies, cold weather, and smokestacks, good music's going to come from that. Good music's going to come from that area.
Has to. Well, what else are you going to do, right? If unless you don't, if you like tobogganing and skiing, then you're probably not a musician. Other than that, you're a guitar player.
So then, the thing happens in Edmonton, and how soon after that does one of you, and you can tell me who it is, says, wouldn't it be kind of crazy to maybe do this? I'm talking about, I know that Phil is pushing for it, but when it comes to the core of you, Rik, and Gil, who's the first one that says, hey, let's really have a conversation about this?
Geez, that's a good question. Let me think back. Well, those guys were all together in Edmonton without me, and I was in Toronto, and I was doing a show. I was doing Eddie Trump's show. Like Eddie had come to Toronto, and because Gil and Rik were supposed to be there as well. We were debuting the tribute record, the one that Mike Clegg produced.
Yep.
So anyway, so I'm in the studio with Eddie and Mike Clegg, and Gil and Rik are there in Edmonton with the other boys, and we're trying to be on the phone together and making jokes and all that. So they got their own little clique going out there, and me and Clegg and Eddie are sitting there going, hey, maybe, but they're going to throw Mike out of the band, and that'll be it, But I really don't remember how it started. Actually, it really started with Live Nation. We have a lot of friends there because that company is 90% Canadian, as far as the people that work there. And Mike Rubino, who's the head guy, is Canadian.
Right.
All right. Most of the guys are Canadian that work there. So every year they bug me personally, okay, but you guys coming out, the offers kept going up, up, up. Then the offers started going down, down, down as the years went by. But there's been a little bit of as you're probably aware, that people, I think, have seen Styx enough times, have seen Def Leppard enough times, have seen Foreigner enough times, have seen Journey enough times now, every summer now for God knows how many years, right?
20, 25 years. Every year, those bands are touring, and they are road dogs, but you're right. They're out there touring nonstop. And, when you said Live Nation, I kind of giggled a little bit. It's like those old cartoons we used to watch when they were looking at, the guys on stage and they were seeing these steaks. They're like, wait a minute, this looks good. Wait a minute, we could make some money here.
Well, that's kind of where we came to. One of my buddies from LA to California called me. He said, "Oh, how about a fresh meat tour? We need some fresh meat out there."
Yes, that's exactly it. Well, listen, the thing got put together, and maybe you can just kind of give me the Sports Center edition of how it's going to work because you know you're a power three piece and you're a power trio. Now you're adding three guys. Um, how are you explaining it? What's an easy way to explain as people get ready to buy tickets to go see you guys? Like what are we going to be seeing on stage? Who are we going to be seeing on stage?
You're going to be seeing a three-piece band with six guys in it.
Okay, fair enough.
Uh, um, it's a good question because we don't know. We're just, you know, we know that we need help in order to pull off what we want to pull off. You know, we're all getting a touch older, and you know, it's a high energy show, and we're not necessarily as high energy as we used to be.
Right,
So
right, right.
we have also some incredible staging ideas that have been worked on since before COVID, actually, um, that that will blow people's minds.
You guys were
And
always ahead of the curve on that anyway. I mean, when I think about going to see you guys at the Odd in Buffalo, and you know, the thing about Triumph, you never needed the gimmicks, you never needed all that stuff because your musicianship was so next level. And that go, you go to the US Festival and you're playing in the sunshine and no lasers, no nothing, and you're playing these songs brilliantly. But then when we saw you in concert, and then you had the lasers and the whole show, which probably, all that stuff could probably play off of your iPhone now. Um, I can only imagine like what you guys are, trying to do to go next level with that stuff. You never needed it, but let me tell you, a Triumph show back in the day in an auditorium was so next level. It was special. It really was. I mean, it's something like I said, I brag about to people that I saw you guys in the day.
well, it was an incredible amount of fun for us to play under that show. It gave us extra energy, gave the audience extra energy, and really it was, there was nothing what I would call gratuitous about the effects we used. They were used to enhance the music or make a moment special. Like right now, I go see a band. They blow pyro off at every song. It's like the screens are going at every song. It's like it's just random. There's no rhyme or reason to a lot of it. Every effect we used back then had a reason for being there, and the upcoming stuff will be the same thing. There'll be a reason why that the screen's going to show this, or something unique's going to happen, or Rik's going to fall off the stage. Touch wood, I hope not. Um, that so there's from that point of view, um, it's important, and in order to do the music justice, right? Like every good band, every good record starts with a really good song, and we had a lot of good songs, and we want to make sure we do justice to them. And if it means, hey, we did 2 tours with another guitar player, with Rick Sanders in the band, right? So we're used to
Yes.
having another guy on stage. Uh, for me, I have a couple of hand issues, which makes it very difficult to play bass. So I'm going to try. I've been trying and not doing so well at it, but I'll be there in person when I can be to, be a cheerleader and maybe say, good night, Triumph loves you, or whatever might happen. But
Well, we'll take what we can get. Like I said, I think there's just a whole new generation of people that, when they get exposed to you and see you, they'll kind of get it because they've probably been hearing stories, from people like me. One final thing before I let you go. Tickets are going on sale, general public. Um, is that a nervous day for you? And I'm going to ask you to speak for all the guys, but for you personally, do you sit there at 10 o'clock and is there a ticker that you're watching? Okay, these are the numbers in KC and here's this and here's the Texas numbers. Or do you just let other people worry about that? Is it's like the unveiling of new music. It's like playing stuff for the first time. Or what is the interest out there? How are you feeling about tickets going on sale? What is it, exciting? Is it nervous? Tell me about your emotions.
Well, we didn't really ever have managers in the past. We did it ourselves. And if that was the case tomorrow, I'd be on the edge. I'd be up at 7 o'clock getting a live feed from Live Nation. But we have managers now that vector management. They're very good. We're very happy with them. It's their job. Call me at the end of the day. Let me know how we did, kind of thing.
So
It's
you
like,
won't, you're not going to be getting updates right at 10 o'clock. You're going to say, just hit me up at the end of the day and just let me
yeah,
know.
yeah, let's see how we did. And it's like if the market's is soft for whatever reason, let's figure out why it's soft, and maybe we shouldn't be playing there, or whatever it might be. But no, there's other. Live Nation's very good at what they do. Our managers are very good at what they do in conjunction with Live Nation too. And they don't need us bugging them. And I don't. I really, it's like maybe Rik cares, maybe Gil cares. Uh, I care, but it's not going to. I won't be on the edge of my seat going, "Oh, we got to do 3,000 today," or "Oh, I'm going to be really upset." Kind of.
Right.
Yeah, I just go. We're going to do what we're going to do, and there's nothing I can do about it. I'm doing my Houston thing with you today. If you got a lot of people listening, watching, talking to, whatever, we're going to sell a lot of tickets to Houston. It's just
Yeah,
getting the
we are.
word out. Like
Yeah, we are.
there's
We're
shows
going to
that say,
sell, we're going to sell a lot of tickets here in Houston, my friend. Trust me on that. Okay.
okay, that's good because like up here in Toronto, like shows play, and I have no idea that they're in town. Like there's never any advertising. If you're not on a Live Nation feed, you don't hear about it until a week before when they're trying to sell the last 10% of the house or whatever,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
And there's a radio promotion or something. But other than that, I have no idea. Like Paul
Well,
McCartney played down the street here, and we had no idea Paul McCartney was playing in Hamilton, Ontario. No idea.
well, we're going to let everybody know that you guys are coming. Triumph back together out on tour after 30 years. Mike, it's a huge honor. I appreciate your time today. Best of luck. You know what? Don't worry. We'll sell all those tickets for you tomorrow. Okay.
Okay, I bet for sure I won't worry at all.
All right, Mike, thank you so much for your time. Best of luck to you, my friend.
Thank you, and we'll see you in Houston.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. Good night.
Okay.